It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see this team's sure-handed tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Hope y'all ready for this one on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something happens.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. When you look at this defense, they're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
Well, a 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment. So this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running play.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now it's Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Now Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill? And I think the ball's out, and this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So, fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Now Smith from the gun on 3rd down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd and 3. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, they're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Smith. And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Now the first carry here for the running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation. I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Back to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
They're going to look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Here's Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Smith. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw, Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Smith. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. That time a 6-play drive. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Smith. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3rd down and 6. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Smith now to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Smith.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
At the 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, here's Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Throwing again is Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here we go on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Pardon me, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They bring their punter out there now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Smith.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now it's Richardson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
They'll set up to throw.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
2nd and 7.
Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
To the air again, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
But that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. Back to throw, Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Third down and 1.
Now Smith. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Again, Smith.
That is caught. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Here's Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here we go. 1st and goal. To throw is Smith. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touch. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for our visitors, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home